Thank you, Millicent, and welcome to Sports News. Okey Modi has resigned as a technical advisor of Abia Warriors Football Club. His resignation comes 24 hours after their home loss to El Kanemi Warriors in the Matchday 9 of the Nigerian Professional Football League. Modi says he had to quit after a string of poor results. The team has only won 3 games out of 9 and are 8th on the league table with 11 points. His assistant Abdullahi Before is to take over with immediate effect, and his first assignment will be an away match against Akwa United in Uyo this weekend. And Lagos State is set to take over the renovation of the National Stadium in Surulere. Governor Akinwumi Ambode has expressed his administration's desire to take responsibility for renovating the facility, which has dropped from being one of the country's most iconic sporting structures. Nigeria's Ministry of Sports is in the process of concessioning the facility. Both parties will now host a joint working visit of the National Stadium to see the level of rut and then hold talks and work out the next steps of action. And big spending Chinese club Shanghai SIPG began their Asian Champions League campaign at FC Seoul on Tuesday with eyes firmly on the side's new signings, Brazilian pair Oscar and Hulk. The duo, who cost the club around 100 million sterling in transfer fees, trained alongside their teammates at the FC Seoul Stadium ahead of Shanghai's opening Group F game. Ex-Spurs and Chelsea manager Andre Villaboa also makes his debut in the main phase of the tournament as Shanghai's coach. And Formula One Team Sauber have released the first images of their 2017 car, the C36. The car features a striking new blue and white livery with a gold-colored front wing. The Swiss team is aiming to re-establish itself as regular top 10 contenders this year after finishing the point just once in 2016, a result which meant they pipped Manor to 10th in the Constructors' Championship and secured crucial prize money funds. That's sports news at this hour. We'll send it back in a moment.
Many thanks, Nota. And on the foreign scene, South Sudan is experiencing a famine, the first declared in any part of the world in 6 years. According to the government and the United Nations, parts of the country's unity state are already affected, but they are warning it could spread if urgent help is not received. Head of the WFP in South Sudan, Joyce Luma, says the famine is man-made, explaining that after 3 years of conflict across the country, crop production has been stifled, affecting farmers and rural livelihoods. The UN report says the impact of the conflict, combined with high food prices, economic disruption and low agricultural production, has resulted in the area becoming food insecure. When a famine is declared, at least 20% of households in the area face extreme food shortages with limited ability to cope. There is acute malnutrition. The death rate exceeds 2 persons per 10,000 persons. U.S. Vice President Mike Pence has continued to reiterate President Donald Trump's message to leaders in Europe, telling them he expects allies to make real progress by the end of the year towards a NATO pledge to spend more on defense. Speaking at the NATO headquarters in Brussels, Mr. Pence said that although some NATO members respected their commitment to reach 2% on gross domestic product on defense spending, others failed to do so. NATO allies had agreed during their summit in 2014 to reverse years of military cuts and meet a goal to spend 2% of economic output on defense by 2024. The steps were taken after Russia annexed Ukraine's Crimea Peninsula and Islamist attacks on Europe. But of European NATO countries, only Britain, Greece, Estonia and Poland have reached the target. And jolly news for the entertainment industry as Nigerian box office records 405 million naira on a single movie. Here's Victoria Doe with the details and other entertainment stories.
Here are your trending entertainment stories. Kemi Adetiba directed movie The Wedding Party has set a new box office record within the Nigerian cinemas as it grosses 405 million naira. The cast, crew and fans of the movie turned up in Lagos for a celebration and a get-together to mark the special feat.
I feel on top of the world. I mean, it's one of those moments that you look forward to. It's one of those moments that you plan for, but it's not a moment that you have any control over.
Now to music, as the much talked about collaboration between Nigeria's Afro-pop goddess Yemi Alade and South Africa rock star Mikasa is finally released. Also, extreme music star Praise has released the music video to his new song titled For Lashade. The video concept is woven around Praise and his love interest, played by another singer, Tony Tones, as they tell a story of love, betrayal, and forgiveness.
Baby, please come back to me, baby. I know if I live without you, I know to you. You're the boss, my thinking, baby. Please come back to me, baby. I know if I live without you.
And that's all for tonight. It's back to the news at 10.
Many thanks, Victoria. And the main news again. Nigeria's Central Bank of Nigeria today released a new set of guidelines for the forex market. Part of the new rules is meant to boost the supply of basic personal travel allowances, tuition fees and medical fees. The Apex Bank also directed banks to open foreign exchange outlets at major airports in order to ease the burden of travelers. However, the Naira fell to 520 against the dollar at the power end of the market. And that's the news at 10 tonight. Many thanks for watching. I'm Millicent Walker. Good night.